Hi, I'm Dr. Mike Ashby. I've worked with hundreds of business owners over the last 10 years, and what I've observed, I've captured in this ebook. These are the mistakes that hold people back. There's a good chance that you're making at least one and possibly more of these mistakes, and they're the things that are going to stop you from getting where you want to be with your business. Let's take a look at each of them now. The first one is thinking small. This is about your identity. If you think that you're a small business is what you'll be. You'll make decisions based on who you are. I like to say that who we are is who we're going to become. So if we think of ourselves as a small business, we'll stay that way. If we think of ourselves as a growth business, that's what we can become. So I look in the book at some of these aspects of how small thinking plays out. The second mistake people make is around marketing. We just aren't very strong at it, and that's partly because we think too small, we lack confidence. Good marketing allows us to punch above our weight, but most small businesses are invisible, and that's because they're either not doing their marketing or they try something once and they don't take it to the next level. They don't keep pushing. That's like running an ad once in the hope that you'll be able to pull in a whole lot of prospects. And now, of course, with the availability of technology, the opportunities are enormous, but we just don't give ourselves time to take those opportunities. And that's because the third mistake is all around settling for less. This is really about risk. Too many small business owners get to a certain level and then they say, that'll do, because they're afraid of that next step. And if we want to succeed in business, the reality is we've got to take some risks. It's part of the great adventure of being in business. But for a lot of small business owners, they will settle for a steady income, they'll settle for the security, and they'll settle for having control, or what they think is control, over the risks of growth. The fourth mistake people make is that they just work too hard. Now, this might seem like an odd one, but if you're having to work 60 hours plus a week to keep the business moving, then you're really stopping the business from growing. For a start, you're doing somebody else's job. Second, you are probably doing a whole bunch of things that other people could do better than you. And third, if you're that busy, you're frankly going to be so tired and so run down that you are not going to be able to invest quality thinking time and quality energy in building the business. You're going to be so busy fighting fires, juggling plates, you won't have time for the high-value activities that grow the business. So we have to lose our red badge of courage and let other people grow around us. The fifth mistake that people make is that they add complexity, and this is tempting because we get all these opportunities. There's never any shortage of opportunities. There is a shortage of priority. So what we tend to do is, as one opportunity comes along, we follow that at least part of the way, and then we grab onto the next opportunity. And before we know it, we've got this really complex set of product offers, service offers, arrangements here, and all of that has a cost. It costs to run those sorts of arrangements, those offers out in the marketplace. The sixth mistake is that we spend too much time in, and that's partly a function of complexity. It's partly a function of believing that we have to do everything, so we work too hard. The biggest job we've got as business owners is business development. And business development includes working on developing the structures of the business, the people inside the business, not just the sales and the marketing and the prospecting, the product development. They're all true too. But it's just as important to be doing the planning and developing the capability of the business. The final mistake that we make is that we know all this. We've heard all this before. We can even look in the mirror and say we're making 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, or all 6 of the mistakes I've mentioned. The biggest mistake that we make is not doing something about it, is not going from here, hearing all this, ticking the boxes, and then doing something about it. The Breakthrough Company has been helping business owners grow since 2003. To find out the proven methodology that we use to help business owners avoid the 7 mistakes, visit thebreakthrough.co and book a 20-minute insight phone call.